Most riders think they know how to use a clutch. But here's the truth. 9 out of 10 are doing it wrong. And the scary part? These mistakes don't just make your bike harder to ride. They silently burn money right out of your engine. Holding the lever the wrong way, slipping too long at a stop, or even running the wrong oil, every one of these habits slowly destroys the clutch pack and wrecks performance. Today, we're exposing the hidden clutch mistakes almost every rider is guilty of, and more importantly, showing you the right way to fix them before they cost you a rebuild. Number 1. Riding the clutch at stops. One of the most common but damaging habits is sitting at a red light with the clutch lever pulled in the whole time. Riders do this to stay ready, but what it really does is keep the clutch plates partially engaged. That constant pressure generates friction and heat inside the pack, even when you think the bike is just idling. Over time, those plates glaze, harden, and eventually burn. Mechanics describe it as turning the clutch to charcoal. The fix is simple. If you're stopped for more than a few seconds, slide the transmission into neutral and let the lever all the way out. This completely separates the plates, giving them a rest and eliminating unnecessary heat. A light hand on the lever is fine when preparing to move, but don't clamp it in continuously. Neutral is your friend here. Your clutch lifespan depends on it. Number 2. Excessive slipping on launch. When you launch off the line by dragging the clutch lever halfway while opening the throttle, you're cooking the clutch in seconds. Slipping too much at high RPM spins the plates against each other, creating enough heat to glaze or burn the friction material. Riders who do burnout-style takeoffs are literally sanding years off their clutch in one show-off move. Even professional racers admit that drag style starts abuse the clutch far more than normal riding ever will. The right launch isn't complicated. Ease the lever out smoothly until you feel the friction point, then give the bike steady throttle as you release the lever completely. This transfers power gradually but firmly without cooking the plates. Everyday riding only requires a brief, minimal slip. Reserve heavy slipping for extreme low-speed control in a parking lot or on technical off-road terrain, not for every green light on Main Street. Number 3. Pulling the clutch under braking or in turns. Another overlooked mistake is grabbing the clutch lever when braking or mid-corner. Many riders do it out of habit, thinking it makes slowing smoother. In reality, it removes one of your most important stabilizers. Engine braking. When you pull the lever in, the engine disconnects from the rear wheel, leaving the bike freewheeling. This robs you of stability, especially under hard braking, because the mass of the engine is no longer helping to keep the chassis settled. The better technique is to keep the clutch out while braking and let the engine assist. Downshift smoothly as you slow, matching revs so the bike doesn't jerk. In corners, keep the clutch engaged unless you're actually shifting gears. This way, you maintain steady traction through the rear tire and keep the bike planted. Coasting with the clutch pulled may feel harmless, but it's one of the fastest ways to lose control in an emergency. If this video resonates with you, then do not forget to hype this video. This will help us to bring more content like this. Let us know in the comments if you have done it already. Number 4. Running out of spec clutch free play. Your clutch cable adjustment is one of the most ignored maintenance items, yet it makes a huge difference in how your bike runs. Too much slack means the lever has to travel excessively before the clutch engages. This causes missed shifts, gear grinding, and delayed response. Too little slack is even worse. The plates never fully separate, which means they're constantly rubbing, generating heat and wearing prematurely. Technicians see this constantly. Some sport bikes come in with the lever adjusted so tight that the clutch fork is literally dragging on the plate even when at rest. That constant drag slowly cooks the clutch, leading to early failure. The fix is to follow your service manual. Most bikes call for about 2 to 5 millimeters of free play at the lever tip. You should be able to wiggle the lever slightly before it starts pulling the cable. That tiny bit of movement ensures the plates are fully free at idle, but still clamp hard when engaged. Number 5. Ignoring clutch drag from worn or damaged parts. Even with proper adjustment, internal wear can ruin clutch function. Friction plates warp or glaze, springs sag and lose tension, or the clutch basket itself develops grooves. Those notches prevent plates from sliding cleanly, causing them to hang up. The result is clutch drag. The bike creeps forward with the lever pulled in, or it stalls as you try to hold it at a stop. The only cure here is inspection. Pull the cover and check the pack. If springs are uneven or weak, replace them as a set. If friction plates are warped or shiny, swap them for new ones. If the basket has deep grooves, file them smooth or replace the entire basket. A rebuild kit with new frictions and steels isn't expensive compared to the damage caused by constant drag. When restored to spec, the clutch should disengage smoothly without creep or chatter. Number 6. Using the wrong oil or contaminated fluids. Your oil directly affects clutch performance. Wet clutches rely on the right level of friction, which motorcycle-specific oils rated JASOMA or MA2 are designed to provide. Car oils, on the other hand, often contain friction modifiers that make clutches slip or grab unpredictably. Riders sometimes blame synthetic oil for slip, but experts confirm it's really about using the wrong spec oil. Another killer is contamination. A leaking seal or careless fluid handling can let coolant or brake fluid enter the oil. Even a small amount destroys the friction material on the plates, leaving the clutch glazed and useless. The fix: always run the correct motorcycle oil, change it on time, and protect the system from contamination. If you suddenly notice unexplained clutch slip, check your oil type before tearing into the bike. Number 7. Overheating and glazing the clutch. All these mistakes lead to the same end result: heat. Heat is the clutch's worst enemy. Long periods of slipping, like inching forward in heavy traffic or crawling up a steep off-road climb, generate enough heat to char the plates and thin the oil. Once that happens, the clutch starts grabbing, slipping, and vibrating unpredictably. Eventually, the friction plates glaze over, turning hard and shiny, and they'll never grip properly again. Prevention is key. Don't hold the clutch half-engaged for long stretches. If you're crawling in stop-and-go traffic, put the bike in neutral rather than feathering endlessly. When tackling off-road terrain, use controlled bursts instead of dragging the lever constantly. Watch and smell for signs of overheating. If you sense a burning odor or feel the lever going soft, stop and let things cool. Once a clutch has been glazed, replacement is usually the only option. Each of these errors, riding the clutch at stops, slipping too much at launch, pulling in while braking, running with poor adjustment, ignoring worn parts, using the wrong oil, or overheating the pack, shortens the life of your clutch and makes your bike harder to ride smoothly. The right habits are simple. Use neutral at stops, launch cleanly with minimal slip, trust engine braking, keep the cable in spec, replace worn parts, stick with proper oil, and avoid excess heat. Do that, and your clutch will last years longer while giving you consistent, confident control